Hey everybody, what's up? Time to talk about 2024, which is just around the corner. We're in the last stretches of 2023, and we've got the rest of this year planned out in terms of I just finished up Cyberpunk 2077. We're done with Baldur's Gate 3. We're done with Starfield. I'm doing a Wasteland 3 playthrough right now. We're starting to do a little bit of World of Warcraft. Rogue Trader is just around the corner, and that's going to carry us through December into January. But what's next? What's next for this channel and our community in 2024? Obviously, this game is going to be a big part of that whenever it hits the shelves. We don't know exactly when quite yet. I would not anticipate this to be something that we spend, 6 months playing, but this is definitely going to be one of the games that I'm looking forward to. But also Avowed and Fable and hopefully Dune Awakening next year and a little bit of World of Warcraft. But let's talk about all that and what this is going to look like and how you can get involved if you want to get involved. If you happen to be new here, perfect time. We just crossed 20,000 followers on the channel, so that was a big milestone here for November of 2023. It was double the goal that Chris and I had set at the beginning of the year. So thanks to everybody for following along. We started multi-streaming. Twitch is growing phenomenally. Our Discord is blowing up right now because of the World Soul Saga stuff with World of Warcraft and our announcement of doing a guild. But it's time to just talk a little bit about next year and what is this going to look like because there are probably going to be other games that crop up and there are things that might go on sale that I'll dive into that I didn't get a chance to touch this year. A good example of that would be Harry Potter. I didn't get a chance to do the Harry Potter game because we were in the middle of we moved to the homestead and we were building a bunch of stuff, and it just came out at a time when we were in the middle of doing a Starfinder actual play series, and so I was hip deep in like DMing a campaign for folks and doing the other things that were in. So I didn't have time to play the Harry Potter game, and I would love to do that. There was also an Alien, top-down like isometric Alien strategy type game that came out. I want to say September or October that I didn't get a chance to try that I'd like to try out. So there are things from this year that I might get to next year, but the big ones are going to be, of course, Star Wars Outlaws. I don't know when this is happening yet, but this one is going to be a big chunk of my time on the channel when this comes out. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'll play just about every Star Wars game that comes out, even the mobile games. I played Galaxy of Heroes for like 4 years on my mobile. It's like the only mobile game I kept installed on my phone. And now I'm on to the other game that they produce, which is the Heroes of Middle Earth. Um, I love all things Star Wars, and everything I've seen about this game, the trailers and the gameplay so far from last year's, I think it was the Xbox showcase they did, was when they showed off the gameplay footage, and it just looked amazing. Like I saw nothing wrong with this. It looks absolutely phenomenal. It's set during like this perfect timeline of the Empire Strikes Back, so it's just a great time to be a rebel, and a smuggler against the Empire, and it looked like a cross between like Jedi Survivor and in terms of that Star Wars environment, but Red Dead Redemption 2. I saw a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 here, but instead of, lightsabers, we're seeing blaster gunplay, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And it looks like great voice cast, great mocap, everything else. So I'm expecting great things from that game. And that team has already produced really good games in the past, so I have full faith in them on delivering a phenomenal experience for those of us who love Star Wars. Avowed is Obsidian Entertainment. I love everything Obsidian does. End of story. Some of their games are quirkier than others. Like, was it Pentient? I think is one of the ones that stands out as like a really different type of game with phenomenal writing, but just really different. Like, you have to like Obsidian Entertainment to like Pentient. Whereas, was it Other Worlds? Otherworld? I always forget the name of that game. Is more of their traditional fare with quirky humor and sort of a sci-fi vibe. And Avowed is set in the world of Aora, which is Pillars of Eternity's world from the first two games. Obviously, a different place in that world, but it is the world we've known and come to love through the Pillars of Eternity games. And if I had to guess, we don't know exactly how it's going to play out yet. But given that it's looking like and has been referred to as sort of a Skyrim type game just set in that world, and knowing how deep Obsidian goes with their RPG mechanics in Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, I would expect that to be one of the big games for my channel next year because there's going to be class guides that we can do. So Star Wars Outlaws will probably just be a Let's Play series because there's not really classes in this as far as I'm understanding. It's just going to be like Jedi Survivor, God of War, a very linear. We'll probably play it through twice. We'll do one on like easy story mode, then we'll come back and do another playthrough just for fun. If I get 60 hours out of that, I'll be surprised. If it's larger than that, I'll be shocked. But I would expect a 40 to 60 hour experience out of this. Whereas Avowed, given the way I've played um, their previous title, Obsidian Entertainment's previous titles, Avowed will be one where I'll probably get 100 hours plus out of my first playthrough, and we'll probably go deep and do 2 or 3 playthroughs with different classes. So there will be class guides, build guides, um, all sorts of stuff around that because it's going to be an RPG. So strat guides, all sorts of overviews, everything else, which is the type of stuff I typically do around RPGs. If you've been around my channel long enough, you see me do this around, Solasta, Icewind Dale 1 and 2, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, Pathfinder, Kingmaker, Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. We've done a lot of RPGs and CRPGs on this channel, and I like to do that kind of stuff. So we'll be diving deep into Avowed when it comes down the pipeline. Fable, I don't know how they're going to be doing this Fable because it's a brand new development team and it's sort of a revival of the franchise. So we don't know anything about it yet other than the really cool trailer they put out. Now, because I had great experiences with the first games in that series, um, I have a feeling that I will enjoy this game when it comes out, and it is on my radar as one of the games I want to play in 2024. What we don't know is it going to be a deep RPG like the first games with classes that you can choose from, or is it going to be a linear storyline where you're just doing like a God of War experience? Like, we don't know what they've done with the franchise and if they've revamped it or anything. We just don't know. Outside of that, Dune Awakening will probably be happening next year, and I am I'm very nervous about that game for a variety of reasons because I'm traditionally don't really care for survival games, and I definitely don't like PvP. But I love Dune. Dune is a franchise that I just absolutely adore. And if they do it like Conan Exiles, it's Funcom. If they do it like Conan Exiles, that means they'll have PvP servers and PvE servers. And if that's actually the case and there are PvE servers, then you can expect to see us rolling into that game as a community. That won't be something I play by myself. That'll be something where I want to bring 20, 30, 40, however many people want to come along for the ride, we'll go over there and we'll do an experience there. If it's PvP, I don't know. Like, I'll definitely play it and try it, but I don't know how much of a commitment I'll make to a PvP based game. It could be fun enough that I don't care about the PvP aspects and I go have fun anyway, but I've not ever had that happen. I've had very negative experiences with PvP over the years, and I just don't want to be griefed and ganked and everything else. But if they have a PvE version, you can expect us to do something there with the community. And speaking of community, quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. My brother and I, for those of you who've been around for a while and have gamed with us over the last 10 years, we traditionally have played a lot of MMORPGs over the years. But usually the way we've done it is we go in for like 3 or 4 months and we play like older games, EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2, the progression servers, Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars: Old Republic. We've gone back and done those games multiple times over the years. We usually go in for about 3 months. We play through a specific piece of content with our gaming community, but the intent is always that we're only going to be there for a short amount of time. Then we go away, take a break, come back a year later, and we do something else. And that's just the way we've done it for a long time. But the announcement of the World Soul Saga um, for World of Warcraft got me excited for a variety of reasons. Chris Metzen's back. It's a storyline that's a trilogy of expansions around the Titans. I've never really played World of Warcraft before, other than dabbling here and there and a little in, some stints in Classic. So I get to treat, for me, I don't have any baggage with Blizzard. I just get to treat that as like a modern MMORPG. And so I'm going to be playing that, and we are forming a actual full-time guild around that experience. We're getting it going right now. We are on the Moonguard server, and we're going to be focusing on at least a 3-year adventure together, and that's for people who want to make that commitment of playing together as a community for the next few years in that game. Now, that same community will be the community that we may dip out and go play a little bit of Dune Awakening when it comes out. And if we see other MMORPGs that we want to touch on, we might go play from time to time and try things out. But the big thing is going to be the push for the entirety of that World Soul Saga content with our World of Warcraft community. And that's new to the channel. So that's a new venture. So we're doing it differently in the past because in the past we've always gone in knowing that we're only going to be there for 3 or 4 months, and then we go away and come back. And a lot of people go with us, and some people drop out and come back 2 years down the road. But this time we're actually looking at a permanent presence in a game, and we're choosing World of Warcraft as part of that growth for the channel and part of what we're committing to over the next few years. So expect to see more World of Warcraft content. I've mentioned this elsewhere. I'd say that's probably going to be about 30% of the content on this channel moving into 2024 is going to be World of Warcraft, and the other 70% is going to be all the variety games that I play. Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws, Avowed, Fable. If the Harry Potter game comes on sale, I'll probably pick it up and try it out. Grand Theft Auto 6 might be something I do because I love Rockstar's I loved Red Dead Redemption 2. Grand Theft Auto 5 was okay for me, but I loved Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'm waiting to see. There's supposedly going to be a trailer coming for Grand Theft Auto 6 in December. So I'm reserving judgment on that, but more than likely that'll be something I want to play, but we don't know a release date or anything like that yet. And of course, there are probably things that are going to get announced in early 2024 that are coming in the late part of the year that I'm going to want to play that I just can't know. I don't know yet, so we'll be waiting to see how those all pan out. But those are the titles that I know so far. So if all that sounds fun to you, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update because we are moving forward at full speed here. We've hit all of our goals with YouTube this year, and we're starting the multi-streaming now. We've been doing that for a few weeks as of this recording, and Twitch is growing very nicely, so you can expect to see us putting more and more effort into growing Twitch throughout the calendar year. So make sure to follow along there as well. Join the Discord. Check out the member videos here on YouTube if you are a channel member. And yeah, see you in the next one, everybody. Stay safe and happy gaming.